Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my August TBR. We're a week into August, and the first week was me recovering from oral surgery. I had to have 2 teeth pulled, and it was painful. So yeah, I read maybe 3 books last week, and I am crazy if I think I'm going to finish these books in 4 more weeks. Okay, so my kids start back to school next Monday. If I get through half of these, I'll be good. If I get through 2 or 3, it'll be fine. I've already finished 3 books this month, like I said, and those will be in my recent reads or my wrap-up. I'm still not sure how I want to do that, but I'm going to be taking part in a couple of readathons this month. I took part in the Dewey's 24-hour readathon, and I'm taking part in the August readathon bingo, and I'm going to talk about that in a different video because some of these books do match, but I need to like really buckle down and work on that. But anyways, I want to show you the books that I am currently reading, and but the Buzzwordathon was pretty much non-existent. I started yesterday, which was the 7th, and I started Wink Poppy Midnight, the buzzword for, I don't even know where my buzzword papers are. The buzzword was time of day, I think, and so I chose Midnight. And this is by April Genevieve Tishulk, and I am loving it so far. A little confusing, but it's very quick read. I read 56 pages last night. I could have read longer, but I needed to start reading The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne because this is part of my Classics Club 5-year challenge, where I wanted to try to read 50 classics in 5 years, which sounds like easy for some people, but me, I have a hard time getting into classics, and I decided to start with The Scarlet Letter, and I'm going to be reading maybe 2 or 3 more classics this year. I'm planning on getting to Animal Farm and The Picture of Dorian Gray, and possibly The Phantom of the Opera. I'm also taking part in the 52 book a year challenge, and one of the prompts is to read a book that is mentioned, and so I am reading Animal Farm and The Picture of Dorian Gray because they were both mentioned in this book. So those are my currently reading. Doing the buzzword all month. So the second book that I chose for the buzzword was Midnight on Strange Street, which is Midnight, the buzzword, and I think this is a middle grade. I'm not sure. It's about skateboarding, and it's got 4 different points of view. So that will complete another prompt on the 52 book a year challenge. And all of the readathons that I'm taking part will be linked down below. And since school is starting back, I always read out loud to my kids. I try to read 2 books aloud a month. This month I'm only going to be able to read 1 book aloud because just talking right now is hurting my jaw. But I'm going to try to read The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton Lee Stewart. The show just came out on Disney Plus, and my kids were intrigued because the guy who played Jerome Squaller, he's in it from A Series of Unfortunate Events, and it seems like this is similar to A Series of Unfortunate Events. But I'm going to be reading this out loud to them starting tomorrow, which is the 9th. And yeah, I've been very excited to read this. We found this in a little free library, and yeah, we've had it for a year now. So this is going to be our read aloud for the May. Get to This Werewolf by Curtis Jobling. My oldest daughter Samantha, she read this, absolutely loved it. I bought the 4th book 2 years ago from a Dollar Tree, and it has a giant serpent cobra on it, And my daughter, she was like, well, I want to read that. Can you pick up the first book? And I did, and she fucking loved it. So, yeah. And we have the second book on hold at the library right now. Speaking of the library, I got so many holds that came in on the same day. And I got 3 weeks to read these before they're due back. So, let's start with the first one. One of the prompts on the Readathon bingo board is read a book that is based on your zodiac, and it gave me a link, and the first zodiac that popped up was Sagittarius and Life of Pi. I had already requested this book before I even was certain that I was going to do the Readathon bingo board, and then I didn't even know that this was going to be for my zodiac, which I'm a Sagittarius. But yes, I'm going to be reading this for that bingo board, even though I'm not going to be talking about the Readathon bingo board in this video, but I know that this fits a prompt. I can't speak. I'm struggling. I am super excited because tigers. I like tigers. I'm also taking part or doing more of my A to Z Global Nonfiction Reading Challenge that I made back in 2019 for 2020. Did not work out the way I wanted, but I got 3 books here, 2 books. No, yeah, 2 books because my library didn't have one. They got rid of it. But 2 books I got is for X and Q. And I got Xanadu, Marco Polo, and Europe's Discovery of the East by John Mann. Yeah. It's about discovering China, the Pleasure Dome, Beijing, and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to read this. I think I will fly through this because I am like very interested in Marco Polo's journey, because I don't know much about his journey. The Quest for Anastasia, Solving the Mystery of the Lost Romanovs. I love Anastasia and this whole story. And this is by John Clyer and Helen Menge. And I have a feeling that I will also fly through this because I just love the story and I want to know. Like, I read Romanov last year by Nadine Brandis and absolutely loved it. And then I watched Anastasia, the cartoon movie. So thank you Disney Plus for getting that. But yes, I'm going to be reading that one soon. And then the last 2, my husband recently got a new Apple iPhone, and he was able to get a Apple Plus TV subscription for free for a year. And so the first show I watched, because he's not watching it, he doesn't like Apple TV and he's not watching it. So I took the liberty of watching it, and I've been watching it pretty much all day, every day. And the first show I watched was Long Way Round because I had heard so much about Long Way Up, the 3rd series, from one of my favorite YouTubers that she was watching with her husband. And so I got Long Way Round by Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman. They go on this motorcycle journey from London. They go through Europe. They go through Mongolia and Ukraine and Russia and all the way to New York on motorcycles, on BMWs. And so I really loved that show. And I needed to get the book because one of my favorite things to do is to watch documentaries, and if they have a book, then that is always like a companion because it gives like behind the scenes and things that are not shown in the show. And it's my favorite. I put this on my holds at the library, and I have no idea why. I don't even remember what this is about. It's a dark fairy tale. I'm gonna have to see why I put this, because and then I have some blog tours that I need to complete as well. My blog tour today for Palo Santiago and the Forest of Nightmares went up today. I've not read the first book, so I'm going to be reading that one soon. I'm going to be reading a book called Hunt the Storm. I'll put the pictures up here, and this is a sequel to Chasing Stones, something. Curse of the Mummy by Candace Fleming. That's my blog tour for the end of the month. And then I have some NetGalley arcs that I need to read. I got A Clash of Steel by C.B. Lee, and I'm super excited for that. I still haven't read Iron Widow, and I got one called The Orphan Witch that I'm going to try to read this month, but I'm going to probably save until next month or October. I still think it's July. But yeah, those are my ambitious August TBR. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Are you reading any of these? Have you read any of these? And I will see you in my next video.